Oh. Hey, what's up, everyone? Fit Fanboy here, and I'm just giving you my quick review and reaction to the new Logan trailer that just dropped today. I watched both the international trailer and the American release trailer, and they're both really awesome, very similar. But first, I want to go over just kind of my quick breakdown of what I think the plot's going to be. Now, full disclosure, I have absolutely no idea. These are just ideas that have been rattling around in my head. I've been a Wolverine fan since I was a little kid. I've absolutely loved him. He's been my favorite superhero since forever. Him along with Batman. I grew up learning how to read using Wolverine comic books, actually. So, having been a big fan of the Old Man Logan story, the initial one-shot one, I haven't read too much of the ongoing series, but here's my idea of what the trailer is going to tell us about the movie. And like I said, I don't know any of this stuff for sure. I have no actual insight, so I'm going to be kind of looking on here too to kind of look at the trailer. So obviously, Wolvie's looking a little bit old, and I think Hugh Jackman, he's aged well with this role, and he's really made it his own. I mean, now I can't see anyone else ever portraying Wolverine other than Hugh Jackman. So here's where I think, just knowing the Old Man Logan storyline and knowing kind of what I've seen in the trailer, how I think this is going to go. I think that they're going to replace a few characters from the comic, obviously, because they don't. 20th Century Fox doesn't have the rights to any of the Avengers stuff, and vice versa. So here's what I think. I think Professor X is going to be exchanged for the Hawkeye character from the original storyline, and I think that Mr. Sinister, who they somewhat cameoed his company at the end of Apocalypse, I think he's going to kind of take the place of what Red Skull sort of was in the as like the main villain for the movie. Now, here's what I think. Obviously, it takes place in the future. Everyone's old. Wolverine's old. Professor X is old. Most of the mutant population, other than those two, pretty much gone. Um, I think that the big kind of container that we see is going to be where Logan and Xavier kind of are. Xavier's in there maybe to shield himself, shield his telepathy from, the bad guys, which I think is going to be Mr. Sinister at the top, and then he is going to have the Reavers underneath him, because those have been confirmed as the kind of main bad guys, or I assume like the fodder for Wolverine just tear through, which I'm so excited. I hope that he does this movie. So I think that in the future, most of the mutant population, except for these two, is going to be completely wiped out. Mr. Sinister has taken some of Wolverine's blood and is now creating X-23, which is going to be the little girl that we see in the movie, which is no huge spoiler there. But what I think is going to happen with these characters is she's going to escape, because she's been trained to be brought up like Wolverine, just like a feral kind of weapon. She's going to escape, get out on her own. These Reavers are going to be searching for her, and she's going to elude them, and she's going to have no other real emotions or like moral guidance other than just like attack, destroy, kill, and she's going to be having been trained initially to take out the last of the mutants to kind of eventually lead the Reavers, or at least be like the main weapon of the Reavers. But she's going to escape. All that kind of stuff is going to happen. Logan and Charles are going to be taking a road trip, like they do in the original comic book. For whatever reason, they're going to stumble upon her, not doing like a big road trip, maybe just like for supplies into town or something like that, and they just kind of come across her. Professor X is going to say, I think there's someone right over there that needs our help. They're going to rescue her. They're going to take her in. She's initially going to show a lot of signs of the same feralness that Logan had, when the rage that he had when he was younger. Xavier's going to know all along her origins, kind of know that she's exactly like him, and he's going to kind of slowly discover it. And what's going to happen is she's going to be kind of a younger version of that kind of unchained, just berserker rage that Wolverine had, and he's now going to be kind of this old tempered man who, as they get closer and the three of them become a bit of a family, he is going to be kind of teaching her, like, listen, you need to control that anger. Like, you need to learn some level of balance. You can't just go around just unleashing anger and being just however you feel, just kind of snap emotionally like that. I used to be that way. I'm no longer that way. Sorry, cat. And he's going to try and eventually kind of teach her some level of like, you need to, of control. And then what's going to happen is the Reavers are going to come and they're going to find them, or they're at least going to have a run-in with Logan on his own, like by himself. They're going to run into him, and he is a pacifist in this movie, at least at the beginning, like he is in the comic books. And so they're going to kind of push him a little bit, and he's going to be, that's what I think the main icon for the YouTube video is him kind of snarling with people around him, but he's not going to, I think he might, I see him pop his claws, but I bet he's going to, I bet he'll pull him back, or I don't know, something's going to happen where they don't quite take him then, but that's going to kind of maybe key them into, he's the one that has taken X-23, and now we're going to follow him, or somehow they're going to use that to get to him, but he's not going to attack them then. He's going to be pushed, but he's not going to give in to that, because he's thinking, well, I've been teaching X-23 Laura all this stuff about being in control and not lashing out and stuff like that, so I can't go breaking my word. So that's going to happen, and then they're going to figure out where Charles and X-23 are. They're going to go capture them. We see that in the trailer, and that's when he is just going to go ape shit crazy and just tear a swath through this army of Reavers, and he is just going to cut through them in the hopefully berserker style that we just want to see, and he is just going to rip through them like he ripped through, spoiler alert if you've seen or if you haven't read the Old Man Logan comic book, but he's going to tear through these Reavers like he tears through the Hulk family and just rip through them, and just blood and just everywhere. We're finally going to see that R-rated Wolverine that we've always wanted to see since X2 when he has that mansion fight. I really hope he just rips through people, because that's one of the biggest appeals of Wolverine, right? And then while they're captured, something's going to happen. Charles is going to be injured fatally, and then he's going to pass. That'll be the last. I mean, it has been said that Sir Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman, this is going to be their last X-Men movie. So that's probably a big indicator that he's going to pass, and then we're going to leave it as Logan is now taking X-23 and as his kind of daughter under his wing, kind of like a Kitty Pryde, Jubilee, all the girls that he's mentored over the years. He's going to take her under his wing, and then moving forward, they're going to go back out kind of in the Western style that it ended in Old Man Logan, the comic book, with Baby Hulk, where he's like, I think I've been, dormant long enough. I need to go back out there and start fighting for what's right, and I need to start going up and standing up to these bullies that have turned our Earth into kind of like this wasteland of a place. And so he's going to go back out there and is just going to leave off with them fighting, and hopefully he doesn't die. I was thinking maybe they might pair in the death of Wolverine in there too, where he gets encased in adamantium and he dies and stuff like that. But I don't think they're going to kill him for two reasons. One, he's kind of I know Hugh Jackman said he doesn't want to play this character anymore, or he can't keep getting in shape and yo-yoing like he does. I mean, he's an amazing physically fit guy, but I think that they're going to leave it open. He's still going to be alive, just in case he ever wants to make a cameo ever again. But I think it's going to be a passing of the mantle, of the Wolverine mantle, from one generation to the next. And X-23 is going to become the new Wolverine like she is now in the comic books. So those are my predictions for the Old Man Logan, the Logan movie, just seeing what we saw today in the trailers. And if I could make a recommendation, I'll put both the links in the description below, but watch the international trailer after you watch the US trailer, because there's a one scene toward the end that just is slightly altered, and I'll tell you what it is. In the US trailer, he is on, it looks like he's on his back or he's up against a wall or something, but he's on the ground, I think, and he pops out his claws and he blocks an incoming attack of what look like fingers, maybe Lady Deathstrike, who knows, maybe Sabretooth,